really has changed the world, and the reason he's here tonight is he certainly, like us, understands that the world needs a lot of changing, and he's going to bring his experience on how he did it and why he thinks we should be supporting Patrick Moore. So please welcome Dr. Patrick Moore.
Have time to print this out.
Yeah. It's like, it's the little things.
Actually, normally I speak off the cuff, but I wanted to get my words just exactly right. Normally I speak off the cuff, but I wanted to get my words exactly right, so I'm going to read it to you today. I spent over 50 years, it kind of gives me away here, but fighting for various humanitarian and environmental causes around the world. You're going to move me back a little bit. I always was a sort of forward-looking guy. How's that? All right. Anyways, I'm not going to talk about me here. You can read about me in my books if you look up my name, Patrick Moore, and I got videos all over the place. So
Sitting over there.
try it there. Woohoo! Woohoo! Go away! Maybe that truck will rear-end him. Maybe they're friendly, who knows?
It's nice CPC blue.
So anyways, my little bitty today is that, you know, there's nothing like a new grassroots movement emerging from the body politic of a nation. And that's what we have right here, is a new grassroots movement, and I've been through a few of them in my life, and this one feels just as good as the rest did. It is not often that a person of integrity and intellect arrives in the political arena at a time when corruption has become the norm. When political elites, such as the deep state in the United States and the Laurentian elite in Canada, seek absolute authority over individual and minority rights, such individuals are a precious commodity. We are blessed to have a person in Maxime Bernier who delightfully refers to himself as an Albertan from Quebec. In just 3 words, he bridges the chasm between central and western Canada. Speaking of this chasm, the biggest obstacle to unity in our country is the undisputed fact that despite there being 10 provinces and 3 territories, it requires the consent of only 2 of the provinces to rule the day. This is a functional, ridiculous situation and cannot be repaired by talk. It has to be repaired by action and some reform. I don't need to tell you which 2 they are either. Despite 2 attempts to adopt a formula to amend our Constitution to rectify this overwhelming imbalance, there is no solution in sight. Such a solution must be found if we are to prevent the ultimate breakup of our country. We find ourselves in a situation where there is virtually no policy distinction among the 5 leaders, in quotes, who engaged in a rigged debate last week, which, as you know, explicitly excluded Maxime. I encourage everyone to watch the recent video of Jordan Peterson interviewing Rex Murphy on this debacle. All 5 of these leaders agree that there is a thing called the climate emergency. Now every extreme weather event is blamed on our use of fossil fuels, despite the fact that extreme weather events are not increasing at a global level. Many of us know that the so-called net zero policy on energy supply will effectively end civilization as we know it, and will have absolutely no effect on the weather, except to make us more vulnerable to its extremes. Because we have reliable and affordable energy, we have been able to build infrastructure that is resilient to most extreme weather, so that deaths from such events have been reduced globally by 90% during recent decades. And fossil fuels play a major role in that. Canada is the coldest country in the world, colder than Russia by a little bit, with an average temperature of minus 5.4 degrees centigrade. And our politicians are pushing the idea that Canada will get too hot. This is patently ridiculous in the extreme. The people in India and Nigeria and Brazil and Saudi Arabia are less concerned about global warming than Canada is. And we are the coldest country in the world. Let them worry about it if they want to. We don't have to. All the leaders in the debate also agree on many of the draconian measures that have been taken during the COVID pandemic. The two most egregious are the refusal to recognize that survivors of the virus have better immunity than those who've had the two vaccines. I've actually had both, the COVID and the two vaccines, but that's just me. I'm not trying to tell anybody else what to do. And the conversion of those who don't wish to be vaccinated into second-class citizens and worse. It has always been a legal and medical right for individuals to consent to any medical treatment, whether it be surgery, medication, or vaccination. It is interesting that while all persons with any humanitarian bone in their body are disgusted by the recent events in Afghanistan, some members of the Democrat Party and the Liberals in Canada have referred to the Taliban as, quote, our brothers, unquote. Much of the left has become so extreme as to sanction condemning 50% of the population who are women, not only as second-class citizens, but with the status of slaves. So I don't believe in the left anymore. I always had a little bit of hope for them because they have some humanitarian objectives, at least they did. But the way they are behaving today, as wanting to basically turn the place into a communist or fascist state, is unacceptable in the extreme to any people who wish to enjoy some personal freedom in their lives and for the lives of their children and grandchildren to come. When I first met Max a couple years ago, I realized here was a politician who was interested in facts and solutions. As an ecologist, I have never before endorsed anyone as a political candidate. Today, I am enthusiastically endorsing Maxime Bernier as someone who will work to heal the country rather than tearing it apart. Thanks to all of you for your support for Max in this crucial juncture for our nation. Let's cast our votes for the People's Party of Canada. Thank you.